Hi everyone, welcome to Chit Chat. So though it is a chit chat, it is a very important talk if you are an aspirant who is preparing for CSIR-NET and GATE. With this video, you can assess yourself, you can estimate yourself whether you or your preparation are going in a right direction or not. We are going to discuss about these 5 to 6 points in this video. With this 5 to 6 point, you can easily assess, so don't miss this video. Right? So the first one is, I'm just going to start with plan before you begin. So for suppose, if you are the aspirant who is preparing just for CSIR-NET exam, because in next 2 to 3 months, we have this exam, that's why I'm talking about the CSIR-NET. So plan before you begin. First of all, if you want to prepare for any competitive examination, you have to give a specific time only, right? Because if you take CSIR-NET exam, so this exam give you what? If you are preparing for government exam, it will give you something. If you are preparing for CSIR-NET exam, it will give you some other thing. For suppose, if your target is PhD, right? If your target is PhD, then definitely if you get your JRF, then what will happen? Definitely you will get stipend, very decent stipend. Approximately you will get at least approximately 40,000. So for that, if you are preparing for your PhD, then definitely you can give enough time to this, right? So first of all, set your time. How much time you want to give to prepare for this exam? Before you start your preparation, you have to fix yourself. Okay, for suppose if you want to give your 6 months, whether you want to give your 6 months of time, whether you want to give your one year of time or 1.5 year time, then you have to decide first. So after 1 year or 1.5 year, for suppose if you are giving your time of 1 year to prepare for this exam, after one year, you don't have to give a dedicated time to prepare for this exam. You have to give your dedicated time only for 1 year. If you can't crack this exam within 1 year, then you have to stop and choose any other way. Choose any other way, but don't give a dedicated preparation. I'm talking about the dedicated preparation, right? So this is, first of all, you must have a clarity on this point, right? So second thing is, set your goals. So to crack any exam, one important point I just want to convey you here. For suppose, if you want to prepare for this exam for the next 1 year or for the next 6 months, generally according to me, two kinds of people are there, right? Smart workers, hard workers. If you take me, myself, I'm a hard worker. I'm not a smart worker. So if you just put these two words aside for a while, hard work and smart work, you are the committed person. Whenever you are thinking that you have to complete your goal or that you want to crack any exam within next 1 year or within next 6 months, that means you are a committed person. So in this 6 months of time or 1 year of time, you have to give your majority of time to crack this exam only. That means the first goal, what you have to do to crack any competitive, I'm not talking about only competitive examination. I'm talking about everything. If you want to do anything in your life, if you want to reach anything, if you want to crack any goal in your life, first thing, commitment is very, very important. Commitment is very, 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 very important. To do this, if you take me, yes, I personally avoid social networking sites during my preparation, and I used to do that. Okay, so I used to talk less with some people. Why? Because it is my responsibility to save this body. This body, this mind, this heart is everything for you. If you can manage these all things, if you can manage these all things in a proper manner, then definitely you can reach your goal. If you cannot manage these all things, because for suppose if you are the person who cannot distract by the social networking sites, okay, who cannot distract by the people's talk, it is okay. You can go like that. Okay, I'm not saying you have to just leave everything during preparation. I'm not talking about this. But some people are there like me. There is nothing wrong if you are just staying away from social networking sites. If you are staying away from your friends, if you are a stronger person, because you are giving time for you. You are giving time for your goal. You are not giving time for anyone. You are sacrificing something. You are not seeing in Instagram. you're not seeing something WhatsApp, you're not using any social networking sites. Instead of that, see any video during your preparation, see any motivational video which can motivate you in any other way on YouTube. That will increase you. So you have to be very, very selective. Which things have to see, which things need not to see. You have to be very, very selective in that, because whenever you see, whenever you are not, you are just maintaining, you are just sacrificing something for next 3 to 6 months. I'm asking you, are you sacrificing something for your goal or for any others? You are just sacrificing everything for your goal, right? So you don't need to worry about that. You are not seeing Instagram because you are preparing for CSIR-NET exam. You are not seeing Facebook because you are preparing for CSIR-NET exam. You are not talking with someone because you are preparing for CSIR-NET exam. So whenever this thing is just running like this in your mind, this thought process will enhance you to reach your goal as early as possible. This thought process will not let to decrease your strength or will not decrease your motivation, right? So that's why I'm telling you, if you are the person who are easily can be distracted by the others, then maintain distance from others, no problem, because you are sacrificing or you are maintaining distance just for a small span of time, a very limited time. You can give that time. But if you can manage everything, if you can manage yourself well, if you can manage your mind by doing all these things also, then you don't need to stay away from any social networking sites, any friends or anything. Okay, so this point should be very, very clear. Okay, so next one is study material. Dekho, study material, if you are the person who is not taking any coaching, you can use study material. Okay, if you get any best study material, definitely you can use that. But my point is, your concepts should be clear. First of all, without having any conceptual clarity, even if you study material, even if you study any coaching institute notes, that will not be useful for you. For suppose, because if you take any study material, they will mention you everything in a very, very limited way. For suppose, if you take John-Taylor distortion, if you take any study material, they will mention only one thing: asymmetrical T2G, John-Taylor distortion; asymmetrical EG, John-Taylor distortion; strong EG, EG asymmetrical, strong John-Taylor distortion; T2G asymmetrical, weak John-Taylor distortion. You will have only these 4 points in that material. But if without having any conceptual knowledge on John-Taylor distortion, if you just read those things, by mugging those things, by hearting those things, you cannot get anything these days. T2G asymmetrical, T2G1, T2G20, px orbital px1, py0, pz0, you have only one electron in px orbital, remaining 2 orbitals are empty. So this orbital is giving more repulsions than other 2. That's why it is a distortion. At least without knowing this reason, if we just mug everything, if we just by heart everything, that will not be useful. That's why I'm telling you, first of all, conceptual clarity is important. Once if you get the conceptual clarity, please study the coaching notes, do practice questions, then definitely you will perform well in the exam. Okay, so make sure that whether your concepts are cleared or not, right? So this is the second point. Third one, set goals. So when I was preparing for my exam, what I did is, I didn't prepare all 3 subjects simultaneously. It depends on every individual. Okay, if you are the individual who can prepare well all 3 simultaneously, it's okay. But what I used to do is, first of all, I prepared organic. After that, I started my inorganic. So the moment when I started inorganic, chapter 1, I used to read, I used to revise every chapter of organic which I have completed earlier. Every day, at least 2 to 3 hours I have given for my revision. So if you are the person or if you are the student who is preparing like this, revision is must. So whenever you are starting inorganic or physical, for suppose if you already completed this organic and inorganic, for suppose if you are starting your physical chemistry, make sure that you are revising every day at least one chapter from inorganic and organic. Okay, so set your goals like this, and you have to complete, set your goal like, yes, I have to complete this chapter in this 1 week only. You have to give you have to give that only 1 week to complete that chapter. Okay, for any reason you have to complete that chapter in 1 week only. Okay, so this is the next one. Next one, give pressure more to the chapter which need more revisions. For suppose you take main block chemistry. I don't even think that I forgot that how many times I read this chapter. Really, number of times I revised, because I know main group elements, remembering main group elements, remembering theory is not that easy. So I know this is very pressureful chapter. Okay, so more revisions are needed, so that's why I revised this chapter, okay, number of times. Okay, so make sure that you are revising a complex chapter or a complicated chapter number of times. Okay, so that's the intention of this point. Next one is complete toughest chapter first. So if you feel that any chapter is a toughest chapter, okay, difficult chapter, try to complete that difficult chapter at the initial stage of your preparation only. Okay, so next, last one, believe you are going to crack. Definitely, if you don't believe yourself, who can, right? Nobody will believe you. You have to believe yourself, right? So follow these 5 to 6 points. Definitely you will crack your goal, my guarantee. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much.